Welcome in. This is Reiki by request. 2 hours of Reiki ASMR. Viewers are welcome to make requests for Reiki healing throughout the live. I'll be getting started in just about 3 or 4 minutes. Just getting set up. Come on in, say hello, let me know how you're doing today. Welcome in. I'll be getting started in just a couple more minutes. Hello, Happy. I'm glad you're here. Welcome in. Come on in and relax. I'll be getting started with today's Reiki ASMR by request in about 2 more minutes. Thank you for following. Serenity, welcome. During the live stream, just make yourself comfortable. Relax as we open to receive Reiki. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate it. Come on in. I'll be getting started in just another minute. Let me know how you're doing in the chat as we begin. Just want to check in and see how you are today. Oh, hold on. Thanks for sharing how you're doing, Dub. Sorry to hear that you're struggling. Kimmy with a mild headache and feeling tired. We have a neighbor that's here, so he just trudged through our yard. I'll be getting started in just another minute or two, just a little delay here. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, feel free to put in the chat how you're doing today. Whether it's wonderful or whether you're struggling today. Sometimes it helps just to share what you're going through in the chat. Thanks for following. I'll be getting started in just another minute or two. I just had a neighbor arrive, so we'll wait another minute or so to get started. Happy, feeling a little bit tired today. Megan, today is wonderful. I love that. Oh yeah, the perfume. Oh, Oh my goodness, well I hope that it smelled good, Elaine, and made it worthwhile. I've been using essential oils in a light carrier oil for perfume for the last few years, and I really love that. Jenny, thanks for following. Good morning, Busy. Welcome in. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Oh, Ruth, thanks for asking. If you were here last week, you know that it was really loud for me, and I ended the live stream early. We were having our a new well dug. Yeah, it's in, and oh my goodness. I would have never thought that not having running water for 2 months would have been such a mental strain. It was challenging. Having it back it's like a new lease on life, honestly. I know that sounds weird, but it was a struggle. We have a teenager and it was hard, but we got through it, and there's no more drilling in the background, so it was a lot. Thank you. Lotus, thank you for the finger heart. Katie, thank you for following. Let's get started, my friends. Just a couple minutes late due to having a neighbor stop by just now. Yeah, that's true, Megan. With this full moon, I'm ready to put some of those challenges behind and move into a new cycle with fresh energy and new possibilities. Opening to receive Reiki now as we arrive together in this moment. We are celebrating a vibrant full moon last night and tonight. And during our session today, I invite you to keep that energy in the back of your mind. Thanks for following, Nicola. Hello, Kim. Hello. As we release what no longer serves us, making space for new and fresh energy as the cycle of light begins again. Hello, Julia. Hello, my friend. Welcome in. Claudia, thank you for following. Cycles are always beginning and ending. Do you feel that too? It always seems like cycles are beginning again, ending and beginning, ending and beginning. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. It's much calmer today than it was last week. Arts, thank you for following. Chris, thanks for the follow. Danny, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for following. As we begin today, starting the session with a few words. X, thanks for following. My name is Jen. I am a certified Reiki Master Teacher, and this is Reiki by Request. Yes, we did, Teresa. We now have water. It is amazing. What a blessing. Seriously, it was nuts not having water for almost 2 months. During the 2-hour session today, just relax as we move together to trust and open our hearts slowly. Finding safety as we receive healing energy. Nothing to do or change. Thanks, Teresa. Hello, Green. Thank you for the heart buff. Just allowing the energy to come and go. The nature of energy is movement and change. We can have a hard time with those things, right? It's all right. If at any time you'd like to make a request for a personal energy healing during the session, you can always gift the pinned gift, which today is music bubbles. I have not seen this gift yet, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. You don't need to make a request by gifting music bubbles, but you certainly are invited to do so. Also, as we begin today, I wanted to, yay, Julia, they're so pretty. Thank you, Julia. Let me know in the chat, Julia, if you would like to make a request today. Jenny, thank you so much for the music bubbles. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jenny, let me know in the chat anytime during the live if you would like a request. And requests can be really anything at all. Perhaps confronting a challenging emotion or ailment, looking for a particular sensation. Maybe there's a crystal or an experience you're looking for. Mike and Bryce, thank you for following. Julia for intuitive. I can also just do intuitive. Julia, something just came to mind right away. Let me write it down so I don't forget. We'll get to your request first, Julia. But I wanted to say that our next subscriber-only Reiki Energy Healing Circle I'll be holding on October 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If you'd like to explore subscriptions, you can click on the yellow star icon. I'm hoping to get 2 more subscribers this week. That's my goal, so thank you so much. We had our first one last month on the 1st, this month, September 1st. It was amazing. I loved it. All right, let's get started. Let's jump in right away with our first request for the session. As we arrive in this moment, taking our time, sometimes being present is challenging. It's all right. Julia had a request for an intuitive healing. Thanks, Green. I appreciate it. Lauren, thank you for following. An energy actually came to mind right away, Julia. Give me just a moment to get that situated and we'll get started. All right. So I want to do two energies here. The first is a singing bowl, a little bit of sound healing. If you are wearing headphones, you might turn the volume down for the next minute or so. I wanted to do some sound healing and then the sky with some crystal energy. This is appetite. Isn't it beautiful? I love this one. The theme is social ease. Social ease is what I got. And that means easing that space between ourselves and others. Creating a feeling of safety in our interactions with others, our communication. So when I do the sound healing, if you can do so, I would ask you to place both hands over the heart space. As this energy works with the heart and throat chakras, and that bridge between the two, helping to manifest clear, truthful communication from the heart to the throat. As I ring the singing bowl, I'm using a metallic singing bowl for this. Think about breathing in from the heart into the hands and back again, almost like a volleying exchange of energy. Breathing in the energy through the hands and breathing out the energy of the heart into the hands to be cradled, and back again, in and out. As you hear the chimes of the singing bowl, each chime is an invitation to engage in that volleying movement. Give it a try if you can, crossing both hands over the heart and imagining that highway unfurling between the heart and the throat. All right, let's get started. if you crossed your hands over your heart for that. Closing your eyes if you can and letting that resonance settle. As you inhale the light energy through the hands into the heart, and exhale the heart energy into the hands. Feeling that volleying exchange of energy. Just awakening the heart. We always take our time with the heart. It's such a tender space. And that's why the feeling of the hands over the heart can help the heart open. Good. You might naturally feel your hands warm up. That's a wonderful sign. The next energy I'd like to work with is a crystal energy. This is appetite. It's spelt differently than the appetite that we think of when we think of being hungry, right? And this energy is good for anything to do with hunger and eating, food and nourishment. But we're using it today for one of its other purposes and functions, which is social ease. Appetite is an energy that is perfect for you if you are sharply aware of how others are perceiving you right now. You might see yourself. Imagine how someone else is seeing you. And sometimes that opens a window where heavy energy can come in when we begin to imagine the worst. The worst about ourselves. This energy comes to the rescue, easing our self-image, filling that space with love and truth. The truth that you are more than worthy of respect and love and even admiration. Apatite is a wonderful crystal to use if you're feeling hyper aware of your interactions with other people. Let's settle that energy, bringing ease to communication and removing the fear that you're always being judged and being found lacking. Thank you for the follow. So appreciate it. Let this healing refresh you as you return to yourself. All of the beauty, wonder, and unique characteristics that you bring. Appetite is also an energy of removing those barriers to make way for a more creative flow, something that feels authentic and uniquely you, inviting you to shine just as you are, even before other people. It's okay if they see you shining. Nothing to hide, nothing to fear. Thanks for the follow. Thank you for following. Perfect. Letting that appetite energy settle. There's no rush. Take your time receiving and allowing. Just observing how the energy moves and flows. Thank you so much for your request, Julia. Let me know in the chat how that arrived for you if you'd like, Julia or anyone. Remember that Reiki always flows where it's needed, how it's needed, no matter what the request is or who it's for. Reiki always works for your highest good and nothing else, ever. Perfect, Julia. Perfect. I love that. Jenny, if you'd like to make a request, feel free in the chat. Let me see here. If you'd like to make a request today, you can always gift the pinned gift, which today is music bubbles. It creates a really cute, semi-transparent headphone set. All right, let's move on. Thank you for the rose. Perfect. For the next Reiki experience today, I would like to do a little bit of auric cleansing, if that's all right with you. I felt called today to use this moon water. Thanks for following. Since it is a full moon here on the East Coast tonight. This is moon water infused with sage, and it has little bits of clear quartz. You can hear it if I shake it. This moon water has been charged in the moonlight, and it carries a resonance of sage and quartz, both very clearing and clarifying energies. I'll spray this moon water around, and then I will fluff it with this shamanic feather, a tool used in a shamanic tradition. It has some clear quartz as part of the fan. We'll use this to approach the auric landscape as we subtly and softly begin to make space for energy to move and change. Thank you for tapping your screen. I appreciate that. Thank you for following. Welcome. All right, let's begin. The smell is very earthy, herbaceous, like sage, with a sweet musk. Let this redolent energy move toward you like mist, droplets of moon-infused sage and quartz dance their way toward your aura, that cocoon of energy surrounding you. As it encourages energy to clear. Just making space now. We can use the breath here as we begin to breathe more deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Letting the breath become a vehicle of movement. As this clearing and clarifying energy moves through the aura. You may feel a lightening in the space surrounding you as energy is cleared, making space. Hi, Julie. Allowing energy to come and go. Moving it through. Good. Of course, you can make a request by gifting the pinned gift for today, which is music bubbles. The aura I think of as a way station, like a public bus station, where energy arrives from everywhere that we pick up or that is in transition, moving within or without. Always moving, but sometimes energy gets stuck in this bus station. Sometimes it settles into a corner of the station where it can be forgotten, weighing the aura down. It's all right to let go of energy that's ready to move and change. Allowing yourself to release any energy that no longer serves you. It's all right. Thank you for following. Oh, Molly, thank you for sending music bubbles. I must have missed it. Let me write down. Is your request releasing the weakness from a head cold? I wrote that down. Let me know if that's what your request is. Perfect. Molly will get to you. Just lost my voice there. There it is. I found it. We'll get to your request next. If you're just joining, welcome in. This is Reiki by request. We're just clearing through the auric space now. Good. Letting that energy settle. Moving next into a request from Molly. Feeling a bit weak and wanting to release some of that weakness from a head cold. Give me a moment to sit with that and we'll get started. Actually had a crystal energy come to mind. I was just looking over here to see if it's related to headache, but it isn't. I'm going to go with it anyway because it came in really strong. Let me go ahead and grab the crystal and we'll get started. Give me just a moment. I'm looking for Shiva lingum is the energy that came to mind. This is my main piece, but there's a second piece that I wanted to use. Give me just a moment to find it. I'm so happy that I found it. It's a really little guy. This is a little piece. Look at that. So tiny. All right. So the energy that came to mind for you is Shiva lingum. It's actually not related to headache at all. I was just looking at my notes to see if it was, but it isn't. And so we'll have to discover why this energy came to mind. Let's get started. Shiva lingam is a grounding and earthy energy. Immediately, it pulls you toward the earth. Really, Rosalinda? This is a very powerful crystal. Do you ever use it? I'd love to know what this energy brings to your life. So let's begin with the grounding quality of Shiva lingam. Immediately, heavy energy from the body, from the head, begins to drop. Oh, awesome. I almost see in my mind, almost like a tunnel opening from the head space all the way down to the earth, letting the energy of the mind move down through that tunnel as it falls through the body to rest in the earth. Shiva lingam is grounding, but its primary function is balance. It's one of the best crystals I know. When there are warring energies within, for example, perhaps there's energy that is pushing in the mind, pushing you to work harder or faster, pushing you to bring more energy or strive harder. And then another energy arising, a soft energy, an energy of peace and tranquility, nudging you toward rest. Shiva lingam is a crystal that rectifies the war between those two energies. I don't know if your headache or your head cold and the congestion in your head is caused from this imbalance, but Shiva lingam wants to invite you to move into the gray space between striving and pushing so hard and relaxing, releasing, and resting, allowing I think that was perfect because I often have a physical movement like coughing or sneezing when the Reiki is hitting just right. Feeling that balance. Just sensating into the mind space and that delicate line right down the middle of the mind, where the energies that push and pull find equilibrium with the energies of rest and repose and nourishment. Directing the breath into that space. Right down the middle of the mind. Breathing and watching that line widen. As it fills with breath. Bringing balance and equilibrium to the mind. I'd like to use this smaller shiva lingam, getting more deeply into that space. On a micro level, settling that energy. Thanks for following. Hello, Maleficent. Thanks for following, Les and Kayla. Paige. That's so sweet. I'm going to pin that song. I would love that if we could have a bonfire and just sit around it, being gentle and easy with ourselves, absorbing the heat of the fire and settling the energy and safety. Shiva Lingam brings balance. Thank you. Let me write that down. Spirit, thank you for the music bubbles. If you'd like to make a request, let me know in the chat. Appreciate it. Anytime during the live stream. You don't need to make a request by gifting the pinned gift, but you can. Hello, Kelly. Thank you for your gift. So, that's a great question. If Reiki is subliminal, let me get to that question in just a moment. Let me write it down so I don't forget. I'll circle back to your question in just a moment. Third eye spiritual, yes. Let me add that on there. We'll get to your request next. Letting that shiva lingum crystal energy settle. And just observing how it feels and what it brings. Thank you so much for your request, Molly. Do let me know in the chat how it arrived for you and what you feel, if you'd like, Molly or anyone. It's always good to check in. All right, coming up next, we have a request for some third eye attention. But first, there was a question in the chat about whether, I love aquamarine. Yes, of course. If you'd like to make a formal request, you can gift the pinned gift today, which is music bubbles. However, if we do have time, after we've gotten through the other requests, I'm happy to do some aquamarine. I love it so much. Good. That's amazing, Molly. I'm so glad to hear that. I wanted to answer a question first about whether or not Reiki is subliminal. This concept of subliminal, it suggests that healing happens unconsciously or subconsciously. And I think that healing can certainly happen on that subliminal level. Liminal is like a line, right? What's subliminal is down below the line. Thanks, Lucy. Thank you for gifting the pinned gift. Let me know in the chat if you would like to make a request. No pressure. So I like to think of words as images sometimes. Subliminal is like there's a line, right? And what we perceive consciously is above that line. Subliminal is below that line. So it's the things that maybe we're not as conscious of. I do think that Reiki can act on a subliminal level. However, the nature of Reiki is completely conscious. And the reason for that is because Reiki energy only flows where an individual is open to receive and where Reiki has been invited to come. So in that way, it is not subliminal. It exists on that plane up above the line where people are making a conscious choice to heal and to receive. That's why a lot of Reiki practitioners say things like, please accept this healing, or I often say open to receive. It's not easy to open to receive something for most of us. It takes some relaxation, right? And some trust and some willingness to heal. So the simple answer to your question is no. Reiki is not a subliminal healing. I hope that answers your question. Let me know. Jenny, thank you for your gift. Let me know in the chat if you have a request today. There's no pressure. You don't need to make one, but if you gift the pinned gift, you can make a request today for the session. Azra, I love your question. I don't understand what you're asking, though. Mirror genes, quantum, entanglement. I love those words, but I don't know what they mean. Let me know in the chat, and we'll circle back later to that question if you'd like. No, I don't, Ash. Although I do feel like the timbre of my voice is a kind of cosmic channeling. I'm happy to answer the question of what is Reiki. I can circle back to that. Let me write it down. I just want to get to our next request because we have a couple to get to. So I want to make sure that we get there. Thank you, Sasha. Our next request is from Spiritual, who is requesting some third eye attention. Let me go ahead and sit with that for a moment. Something just came up, and then we'll get started. I really didn't have to sit with it at all. I just wanted to have a sip of my decaf coffee. The energy actually came to mind right away. Let me go ahead and grab it. It's a crystal energy. All right. As I was reaching for the crystal, this is moonstone. And the bit of moonstone in this specimen is a little hard to find. Let me see if I can get the light to hit it just right. I forget what side it's on. Let me see if I can look at it in the light this way. It's a small oh, there it is. It's a small specimen of moonstone in here. I don't know if you can see it. It's at the very top. And then there's a vein of it on the bottom. This is a rainbow moonstone. I feel like the lighting isn't picking it up very well, but anyway, it's there. And as I was reaching over for the moonstone, this handbell jumped out. It was like, just like that. It was like, see me, use me. This is necessary. So let's begin. As we move into the third eye space, I'd like to begin by ringing this handbell. The handbell is intended to penetrate into this soft and luminous spiritual space of the third eye chakra. Interesting. I love that. I'd love to hear about what that image was. As I ring this bell, if you can do so, you can close your eyes and just hover your hand a little bit away from the third eye space. And as you hear the bell chiming, think about a spiral a spiral pattern of energy weaving in that space between hand and head. Let's try it. Hello, Megan. I'm sorry to hear that, Lucy. Anything to help with anxiety at work? Let me write that down. I just had an energy come to mind for that. We'll get to your request next, Lucy. Thank you. All right. If you're wearing headphones, you might turn the sound down a little bit because sound healings can be a little unpredictable. Again, let's imagine that the chime is creating a spiral between your hand and your forehead or your third eye space. And if you can't put your hand there, that's okay. You can just imagine it there. I loved that. Letting that energy weave its way, sharp as a bell, poignant and clear, as it spirals toward the third eye space. Offering comfort and protection and safety to that tender area of inner seeing and knowing. Sometimes we fear what we know. Let that sharp, resonant energy guide you in trusting that inner voice, that inner compass. It's all right for you to see. Good, Logan. Take a rest. Logan, thank you for using the subscriber emotes in the chat. I love that. And the crystal energy that came to mind for the third eye is this one, moonstone. I don't know if you can see. If I get it closer, you might be able to see. It's like an iridescent rainbow hued. It's not showing up on this for some reason, but it's right around here. And then there's a vein down there as well. Anyway, this moonstone is, hold on a minute, is one of emotional and even hormonal balance. Oh, there it is. Can you see it? There it is. It's captured right there. That rainbow moonstone. Do you see it? It's like a prism almost. Of color, like a spectrum. There it is. Yay. Anyway, it's a small specimen, but I love it anyway. And the reason that I'm using it for the third eye, which might seem a little strange, besides the fact that it called, is that it is a cosmic energy connected to the moon. And the upper chakras, the third eye, the crown, and that celestial space. I suspect too that the full moon has pulled me toward this moonstone crystal. Moonstone is an energy of deep knowing. Disambiguating mysteries and shedding a soft, silvery light. Encouraging that third eye space to unlock like a secret, esoteric cupboard. Clicking open. You do. I love that. Oh, Megan, thank you for music bubbles. I must have missed that. Thank you. Let me know in the chat if you have a request today. You don't need to. The third eye is an energy center located, it's almost like the navel of the mind, located up above the eyes, in that tender space running down the middle of the mind. It's home of the intellectual energy body, the seat of inner knowing and inner wisdom. It's where we grow to trust what we know in a world that often tries to lead us elsewhere. Opening the third eye means trusting our intuition and our deep knowing. Of course, Megan, let me go ahead and jot that down. Negative energy. You got it. Hello. Letting this moonstone coax the third eye gently toward softening and toward opening. It's all right for you to trust yourself, what you know and what you sense. Letting that inner voice guide you like a guide from the cosmic realm. Trustworthy and reliable. Imagine yourself beneath a vast, soft, silver sky. Iridescent spectrum of moonlight, glowing full and gentle, casting prismatic light, bathing the third eye, in its soft, silvery colors. Prismatic moonstone, rippling through the third eye energy center, shimmering like silver rainbows. It's the color of your intuition. Trust it. It's all right. Thank you, Eugene. Oh, good. As you breathe deeply, directing the breath into this vast, infinite space of intuition and knowing, allowing that energy to expand, flowing like a moonlit brook of prismatic water, filling the mind space with gentle, easy light. Moonstone wraps the third eye in its lunar glow of knowing, guiding you to listen to your own rhythms, like a tide of the moon that pulls and pushes, feeling the waves of knowing wash through you. Beautiful. That felt very joyful to me. It almost felt like a dance beneath the moon, energetically. Thank you so much for that request for the third eye. Let me know in the chat if you experienced any sensations. I just felt like a bubble of joy coming up inside. Any sensation is all right when it comes to Reiki. You're welcome. If you're just joining, welcome in. This is Reiki by request. We have a couple more requests coming up. Jenny and Kelly, if you have requests, let me know in the chat. Lucy is up next, and then Megan. If you'd like to make your own request, it's not necessary, but you can always gift the pinned gift for the session. It's always different. Today is a really cute one. It's music bubbles. I really like it. I like the color of it. Sean, that's amazing. I love that. A warm blanket to the soul. Reassurance and knowing. Aquamarine, Jenny. Okay. We'll get to yours after Megan's. Perfect. I love that language, Katie. I love that imagery language. It's always helped me to experience what's going on. I'm a language kind of person. So I love that analogy. All right. Oh yes, also thank you for tapping your screen. I appreciate that support, and thank you for following. I also want to say I do have a subscription. I'm looking to get 2 more subscribers this week. Subscribers can join my monthly Reiki Healing Circle. The next one will be October 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can explore my subscription tiers by clicking on the yellow star. In your lower corner, I have 3 different tiers, and you can join us for the Reiki Energy Healing Circle on the 1st of every month. Let me see here. All right. I love that green. You can also use our cool emojis, which green is using right there. We have a couple unique ones for subscribers. It's pretty cool. All right, let's move into our next request for the day. Let me just grab a drink. Okay, our next request is from Lucy. She talked about anxiety at work and fear of job loss. Let me sit with that. Something came to mind immediately when she said it, but I just want to sit with it for a minute and we'll get started. All right, let me see. There's a couple energies. There was one that came to mind immediately and one that came to mind afterwards. Let me go ahead and grab that. All right. The first energy that came to mind was carnelian. And I almost went with that because it came to mind first. But then a second one came in, it was chalcedony. And I think chalcedony is probably a better choice for the situation with the work. So I'm going to go with that. This is chalcedony. It's CH. Chalcedony. And this is an energy of emotional balance and stability during trying times when there are a lot of unknown factors. Chalcedony is like a cool breeze, a soft kiss that brings everything back to home base, reminding you that no matter how chaotic things feel in the moment, and no matter the fears and doubts that come with that chaos of the unknown, chalcedony reminds you that you don't have to predict what will happen. It invites you just to ride the wind of change. Easier said than done most of the time, right? But chalcedony has got you. as you ride on the back of the wind. The wind moves unpredictably. You are uncertain of its path and unfamiliar with its journey. You might fear where it's going and how it will land and what will happen when you arrive. Instead, surrender just for a moment, letting the wind take you, sweeping you up in its surprisingly gentle embrace as it carries you over the worries. You journey up above the chaos, trusting that you will land exactly where you need to be, even if you don't know where that is. It's all right. Thank you. It's all right not to know. I want you to see that gust of wind in your mind, each part of it curling like soft mist in motion as it races through the sky with you on its back, carried forward. You relax. You let the wind carry you. You trust and allow, and know that everything will be all right. Chalcedony is an energy that harmonizes all of the energy bodies. So the physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual together with an airy quality of that air element, the wind. Ushering in change even when we don't want it. I know I really struggle with change sometimes in my life too. It is not easy, especially when we just don't know what's going to happen and where we'll be, how we'll feel, what we need, if we'll be safe and secure. The wind has got you. Yes, it brings change, even if we don't want it. But yes, it also can feel amazing. Have you ever stood in a gust of wind, a strong gust, like a front? And at first you feel like you want to stand against it and resist it, like you start to push back. But then you inhale that breeze through your nose, and it smells good, fresh and new. Fragrances that carry you away, and you begin to soften into the breeze, surrendering to it and allowing it to fill you with fresh pranic energy. Oh wow, Lucy. That can be so scary. And let this wind imagery and energy inspire you. Let it carry you in times when you feel, what's the word? You know, when you become so fearful of change and movement that you become like rigid, like stuck in place. I'm picturing like stone. What's the word for that? Stagnant can work. When you become immobilized and stuck from fear, like you're calcified, that might be the word I was looking for. You know, like you're afraid to even like breathe. Let the wind fill you with its fresh and redolent movement and change. Letting go of fear, even if just for now. Just today, just this moment. Let it dissipate, flowing like the wind. Allowing yourself to release that fear of the unknown, the dread, the worry. Everything will be all right. Everything will be okay. Let me know in the chat if that Chalcedony energy brought up any sensations for you. And sensations are all right. Sensation is just an indicator of energy moving. Sensation can be anything at all. It could be relaxation, tingles, nausea, headache, anxiety, arthritis. The list goes on forever. Sensation is our way in this physical realm of feeling the presence, the stagnation, the movement of energy. Sensation is all right. Let me know in the chat if you've had any sensation from that Chalcedony. Thank you for your request, Lucy. I hope that supported you and helped you. Kelly, if you have a request, let me know in the chat. I didn't write anything down. If you'd like to make a request, you can gift the pinned gift today, which is music bubbles. It's very cute. Coming up next is a request from Megan for some negative energy removal. And then Jenny with aquamarine. There was a question in the chat about what is Reiki, and I wanted to take a moment. No worries, Kelly. You don't have to make a request, that's okay. You can just enjoy the live stream. Hello, peace. This stone was chalcedony. It's CH instead of just a C. Chalcedony, but pronounced like it's just a C. I hope you liked it. So I wanted to take a minute, if it's okay, maybe like 3 minutes. Reiki is energy healing that uses life force energy. That's what we call it. It is accessible to everybody. You don't need training to have it or use it. Everybody has access to Reiki energy. It's life force, which means that it exists in all living beings, all living things. It is an energy of life. In order to access Reiki within yourself, all you need to do is open, to sense it and allow it, feel it, and accept it to flow. Reiki only ever works for the highest good, and it only flows where it's invited and needed. So this is why you cannot force Reiki healing on anyone. Try as you may, if someone is not ready or willing to heal, Reiki will not invade or overstep boundaries. Reiki is a conscious energy that flows where it's needed and how it's needed. Of course, you're welcome. That's so sweet. Reiki and ASMR are not necessarily the same thing. Let me take just 1 minute to explain, and then we'll get to our next request from Megan. ASMR is a relaxation modality that's intended to help viewers to relax. And there are lots of different techniques for ASMR that can help. There's a auditory element. There's also a visual element, and there are other elements too, like tactile elements. You know, if you're wearing the perfect kind of shirt with your favorite kind of fabric, it can make you feel settled and safe. Or if you have like a weighted blanket on you, even textures and weights can be a part of relaxation. I like to use my voice and hand movements as the elements of ASMR that I pair with Reiki healing to help viewers and recipients to relax, because no one can receive anything. No one can feel safe enough to want to heal and open to heal if they're full of tension and anxiety and fear. So I think that ASMR pairs well with Reiki, which is why I do, and many other people do too. In social media outlets, pairing Reiki with ASMR, it's just a combination that works really well to help you relax and to help you settle and trust and open and find your way toward wanting and being willing and ready to let go and to heal. I hope that answers your question. I'm happy to stick around after this session too and talk a little more about it. I don't want to chit chat too much because I know people are looking for more Reiki and less chatting. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Yes, I do have a YouTube. You can click on my profile picture and find all of my links to social media and my offerings of Reiki as well. Let's get to our next request for today. Megan is looking for some negativity removal. Give me a moment and I'll get that situated and we'll get started. Oh, Megan. Let me see here. So, I actually had a lot of energies kind of flood me with this request. First it was, grab it. First it was black kyanite. Black kyanite is like a very protective and nurturing energy that removes negative resonances, negative vibrations, negative energy, but in a very protective and nurturing way. So that's the first one I wanted to use. But then this one came to mind. In my mind's eye, I saw me burning this candle. This is a candle that is full of coriander on the bottom. You can see that coriander there. And when you burn it, it really helps to dissipate some of that energy, opening space, illuminating dark spaces. And then I wanted to sort of fluff that into the aura to help to penetrate more deeply into the energy bodies. And then a third energy came to mind. And it's this one. This is a pneumite crystal. It's a bit of a rare one. This one is shaped like, this specimen is shaped like a heart. But pneumite, excuse me, I'm having a lot of sensation right now. Pneumite is an energy of transformation. It's about walking through that dark night of the soul and emerging on the other side ready to become what's next. So those are the three energies that came to mind. I'd only like to use one of them. So if one of them resonated with you more than the other one, let me know, because neither one of those three is standing out. So let me know in the chat if you resonated with one of those. So the first one is the black kyanite. The second is the candle of protection and illumination. And the third one is the pneumite, the candle. Okay, good. Let me get that ready. Perfect. Thanks, Mother. All right. Let's get started with Megan's request as we address any negative energy, negative vibration. And what is negative? What's negative is the energy that feels stuck. It feels heavy. It feels old. And it's difficult. It might be difficult to move and change that energy. We feel almost innately that the movement of this energy will help bring new life, refreshment, fresh energy. It will help make space. All right. Obviously, this particular healing is causing a lot of sensation for me, so I appreciate that. Let's light this candle of protection. This candle brings a light, metaphysically and literally, as it lights dark spaces, spaces that have become shadowy and obscure, spaces that we have even come to fear, to journey to within ourselves. This energy brings an unending light as it shines into the nooks and crannies, illuminating and making those unsafe feeling spaces feel safe once more. This is an energy of what is sometimes called shadow work. It's nothing evil or boggy. Shadow work is just a journey like any other, a journey of discovery, a journey that leads to more illumination and light. When you find yourself ducking into the shadows, don't be afraid. You're safe. You're held. And there's always a light that never goes out and helps you find your way back. Shadow work comes when we find ourselves in a dark space. And instead of running away from the unknown, we decide we're ready to explore it. We're curious. And we're ready. And we're capable. Sensation is all right. Allow sensation to come and allow it to go. Just observing sensation is okay. Don't be afraid. It's just a movement of energy as it moves and changes. I think that the light eventually shows spaces of darkness, and the darkness too eventually shows spaces of light, and that's all right. Each experience brings nuances that help us to make sense of a world of shadow and light. We find it reflected within. You are always protected and held, even during challenging times. There's always a light that's shining, waiting for you on a table, illuminating a cozy and warm room with a hearth in the corner burning brightly, crackling, illuminating that special safe room. Does one come to mind for you? Because one pops right into my mind. It's always there at the end of a dark tunnel. Good. And just plucking now some of that energy that's ready to move and dissipate as you release anything that no longer serves you. Whatever is ready to go, letting it go. Releasing. Keelan, the ASMR elements that I use are my voice and the hand movements. The ASMR is secondary to Reiki Energy Healing and used as an avenue to help viewers relax. I hope that answers your question. Hello, Bob. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Thanks for following. Thank you for tapping the screen. Seeing that light in your mind's eye and never forgetting that it's there. It's always there. Ready to guide you back to that safe room whenever you're ready. I just want to hold space here for the next minute or so. In silence, just allowing that light to fill that room. so much for your request, Megan. Let me know in the chat how that healing settled with you, Megan or anyone. All right, we have one more request for today's session. We have about 10 minutes left of the live stream. So if you'd like to get in a request, we have a little bit of time. Oh, that's good, Megan. I'm so glad. You're welcome. Our next request is from Jenny, who requested aquamarine. Such an amazing energy. Oh, perfect. Let me go ahead and find my aquamarine and we'll get started. If you'd like to send in a request, you can gift the pinned gift for today. Today the pinned gift is music bubbles. However, if we have enough time at the end of the session and you don't want to gift or can't gift, I can squeeze something in at the end. We have about 10 minutes left of the session today, so if there's time, I'm happy to get to requests of people who don't use the TikTok gifting system. I realize not everybody does. All right. It's our last request for today right now. This is aquamarine. This is actually a very large specimen of aquamarine. I've never really found any big specimens, but I wish. If I ever see one, I will definitely get it. Aquamarine is one of my favorites. Can anybody guess what aquamarine is for just by looking at it? Go ahead and put in the chat. Don't cheat. Don't chat GPT. Don't look at it on the internet. Just look at it on your screen. What would you say that aquamarine is for just by how it looks? Purity, emotional healing, calmness, cleaning waves, throat, all good. Yeah, peace. Yes. Aquamarine is an energy oil of that clean breathing. Yes. Aquamarine is first and foremost an incredibly calming energy, serene. It's the kind of calm that stabilizes, bringing a sense of stability when you're feeling scattered. This energy draws you back toward equilibrium, finding and nestling into the heart of serenity and peace. I always think of aquamarine as an easy ocean of waves. Let me try that again. An easy ocean of waves. Its oceanic quality is like that soft, bubbly froth that's left on the sand when a wave retreats. Effervescent. Have you ever watched those bubbles on the sand when a wave retreats? Each tiny bubble sparkles for a moment and then absorbs into the sand or back into the sea. For a moment, there's a flicker of peace, unfathomable softness. I did. Oh, Mother Nature, thank you for gifting the pinned gift. I almost missed it. Let me know in the chat if you have a request. Oh, amethyst, ground, yes. All right, we'll get to that one next. Aquamarine is like that shimmering, bubbly froth of the ocean, creating a halo around the sea. No matter how tumultuous the waves become, this energy provides a safe circle of white and light blue, effervescent bubbles of ease and softness. Serenity and peace. Cool. Easy. Calm. And gentle. Relaxing. Relaxing. Imagining yourself riding on those soft and frothy waves. Rocked gently. Imagine how those waves and bubbles feel as they caress your skin, as they move through your hair, as they fill the spirit with light, aqua light. Aquamarine is a rescue crystal. If you're feeling anxiety or dread, aquamarine is a rescue energy. There's no doubt about what it does. It carries you light as bubbles out of the tumultuous sea and into safety. Bringing you in calm waters. This water element energy flows, liquid and smooth. Relax, allowing yourself to be carried on this blue dream of serenity. Thank you for following, Carolyn, Kate, Carolina. Allowing that aquamarine energy to arrive and allowing yourself to relax. It's all right. I love that one so much. Let me know in the chat how that aquamarine felt for you. If you'd like to share, I'd love to know. We have one more request for this session today. Thank you all for your requests. I appreciate the support. A cool breeze, India. Relaxing Joe. Welcome, Josie. I'm glad you're here. It's all right for you to rest, Maleficent. It's all right. Peaceful. Good. All right. We have one more request for today for amethyst crystal. Amethyst is one of the crystals that I own like the most of. I have so many amethyst crystals. I have to decide which one to use. Mother is looking for some crown chakra activation. So give me just a moment to decide which one to use and we'll get started. Thank you, Joe. I'm glad you're here. I am a teacher, Keelan. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me see here. Good. Oh my goodness. So I teach English literature, Victorian literature to be precise. Yeah. Thanks for asking. All right. This is our last request for the session. So thank you to everyone who made requests today. This is the amethyst that I decided to go with. This is some amethyst crystals from a geode. And I love these crystals. You can see how they sparkle. And I chose this one because the crown energy can sometimes feel convoluted. Like there's, I want to say like shards up in here, right? Like I'm almost picturing a literal crown of like glass shards. Anyway, it can feel sharp and a bit boggy in that crown chakra area. I hope so, Keelan. Thank you. As we move into that crown chakra energy, I'd like you to imagine a soft purple flood of light, like purple waters cascading down from above as the waters begin to fill the cranium. The purple, sparkling waters usher in a feeling of protection. Not the kind of protection that you feel from like the root chakra, which also brings a feeling of protection on an earthly level. This energy brings in protection of the kind of guidance of the cosmic or angelic, as it's called sometimes, realm. The seat of your most highest selves. The seat of divine guidance, divine knowing. Amethyst is an energy that is incredibly physical. It's good for pretty much any physical ailment or problem that you experience. Truly, it's also, though, an energy of the cosmic realm, the crown chakra. So it brings together the earthly and the cosmic. It brings together the selves of the earthly plane with the selves of the higher planes. Almost like they're meeting at a dinner table, all of the selves together, moving and celebrating. The crown chakra is an uplifting energy. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate it. It's hard to feel down when you are exploring the crown chakra. Its energy is one that is hard to articulate with language. In many ways, it transcends an earthly experience. But amethyst bridges that gap. The nooks and crannies of this specimen remind you of the intricacies of your own spiritual journey. The crown chakra elevates energy into that higher realm. And amethyst is along for the ride, but it doesn't forget the physical realm along the way. it marries the two together. Imagine that you breathe in that purple light as it cascades through the cranium, pools into the face, drips from your earlobes, runs down the throat and fills the chest and back with sparkling purple light. Imagine that light culminating in the belly and moving to fill the pelvic bowl as the pelvis holds soft, sparkling purple water. And that water spills down each leg, gathering at the knees and cascading like waterfalls down the front and back of the legs. Filling the ankles and shining down through each toe. Joining heaven and earth together. A clear passage between the two. And imagine a crown of amethyst just above your head, spinning with the breath as purple light flies out in all directions, illuminating the space around you, within you, and above you. A joyous journey of the spiritual energy body as it remembers its connection to the physical body. I love that. Thanks for following. If you only have one crystal in your possession, let it be amethyst. It's such an interesting energy because it's so relatable, because it's so physical, but at the same time it has that elevation, that pathway paved toward the cosmic realm. However you want to think of it. It's an amazing crystal. Every time I handle it, I get very enthusiastic. Thank you for your request, Mother, for amethyst. I hope that delivered what you were looking for today. As we finish the Reiki session for today, I just wanted to thank you for sharing this time with me. I always love it. I'm streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you'd like to register for my next live stream, you can click on my profile picture. And there is a link where you can register for the next live stream so you don't forget. Thank you so much for all of the likes, 33K likes. Thank you. Thank you for your generous gifts today as well. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the new followers. I'm glad you're here. And if you would like to join our next subscriber-only Reiki Healing Circle, I'm holding it on the 1st of every month. We gather together and share our Reiki healing and it's only for subscribers. The next one is October 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm hoping to get to 25 subscribers this week. It might not happen, but that's okay. You can explore my subscription packages. I have 3 tiers by clicking on the yellow star in the lower left-hand corner. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts in the chat today. Julia, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed this session. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to stick around for a little while if you wanted to chat about anything. Otherwise, please enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. All right, take good care. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.